okay to do that?
Yeah.
Wonderful. We'll start with questions in the room.
Darryl, look, obviously commiserations on the defeat. Just in general, what did you make of, I suppose, how the game played out from your perspective?
First couple of quarters just struggled a little bit defensively. What we wanted to get done. Like the plan was Andrews and McVeigh. Try not to let them actually get off. I mean, do what they normally do. But then there's other guys that stepped up, like Galloway finishes with 19. Warrenberg has 13. Again, him going out. But that was it. It was just those first two quarters when we struggled defensively.
For sure, yeah. After that, I suppose you guys rallied and were able to make it a close game. Was there like an adjustment that went into that? Was the guys kind of rallying when you felt like you kind of really needed to make a run at some point?
Yeah, again, we tried to change some things, like with McVeigh, like doubling him, getting the ball out of his hands. Like I said, making other guys beat us, and then again hitting shots. Like just got his ability to get downhill and get fouls and get on the line. And the other import, Terry. For me right now is those are our guys. Like we're gonna have to use them. Like we're gonna have to go to them, and other guys outside of that got to be able to step up and hit shots. Like we 3 for 16 from 3.
Yeah, sure. And I was going to ask you about that. I suppose struggle from the 3-point line. We're able to make it up maybe with some inside looks and then some opportunities at the free throw line. Was it a conscious effort to kind of get inside once you knew that the shot wasn't falling, or?
No, it was to get downhill, but looking for kickouts also. So their switching defense bothered us a little bit. But again, the plan is to get downhill and again, drawing the help, kick out, guys knock down shots. Like I said, we still got up 16 of them. You know what I mean? We got to knock shots down when the time comes.
Hunter, obviously a good, nice score in the ball for you. Were you pleased to, I suppose, be able to have that contribution? I know it's tough to talk about your own performance in spite of the loss, but good to have that contribution scoring-wise.
I mean, at the end of the day, we still lost, like you said. I think I was trying to just do whatever we can to go out there and get a win. Like you said, we were getting downhill. Me and TT were getting downhill pretty well, so I just kept trying to do that. But like I said, we got to go out and find a way to win.
For sure, and as we kind of touched on the first half struggles, was that just you missing shots? It's one of those days, or was there stuff you could have done like systemically to kind of fix it?
I think it goes hand in hand. Obviously, we're missing some shots, and they're getting out in transition, and then we're kind of scrambling because I think they still shot like 50-something% from the field in the first half, and so we got to get that down. Obviously, find a way to get some stops, but it all starts on the defensive end for sure.
And lastly, from me, obviously, you were able, you as a team, I suppose, were able to make some big shots down the stretch and make it a tie ball game at one point. Was it good to see the guys, not lose confidence, I suppose, in themselves and be able to keep firing?
Yeah. Obviously, at the end of the day, like I've said since I first got here, I think every day we got to find a way to continue to get better. Obviously, we're playing hard. Today was a good night of that, of playing hard, going out there competing. I think it's continuing to take those steps of doing the right things, and the chips will fall eventually.
We'll go to Zoom. Chris, when you're ready.
I'll stick with you, Hunter, to start with. How would you sum up this last month that you've been through? This time a month ago, you were still at South East Melbourne, and you obviously partways there. You signed at Brisbane. You have to wait a couple of games, which was frustrating. And now you've played a couple of games, and you even had a game that was delayed this weekend as well before you play tonight. But how would you sum up this past month?
A lot of stop and go. Obviously, he was coming off the concussion, played like 3 games, and then had a nice little break before I came here. And then once I got here, again, stopping and having to wait 3 games to play. And then again, like you just said, having this game delayed, it's been a lot of stop and go, a lot of travel. But at the end of the day, got to come in here and give all the energy to the guys and find a way to continue to help them get better, help myself get better.
And clearly, you look like you're a better player the more you've got the ball in your hands. And that's what you're getting the opportunity to do on this team. How much are you enjoying the teammates giving you that responsibility to be the main playmaker of this team?
Yeah, I think obviously so far it's been pretty fun, but it's also just because of the guys I'm around and them trusting me, coach trusting me, and being able to, like I said at the beginning, go out there and find a way to help them out and just continue to get better.
And when you look at the men next to you, I mean, I see a lot of similarities in your game and in his game. I mean, how much does it help you as a player knowing that you've got a coach that really understands the role that you're playing?
Helps out a lot, and like I said earlier this week, this is a big reason why I came here, just his IQ and his pedigree. Obviously, like you said, a lot of similarities, so he sees what I'm seeing, and he's able to help me on the sidelines, and I think the relationship's just getting built, and it'll keep building, and at the end of the day, we'll keep getting better.
And Dave, we talked about how much you were missing him while waiting for those couple of games for him to come in. I mean, he's probably surpassed all expectations, I think, now a couple of games in.
Yeah, I mean, the plan was to get him out. Again, I wish he would have played some of those games we had earlier, because my whole thought process was I thought we still had a chance when we was trying to get him, and then when we didn't get an opportunity to play those games, now we're fighting an uphill battle. But it's obvious what he can do. Again, we need another ball carrier. The ball in his hands, he makes plays. And again, he's going to continue to get better. I think we're going to continue to get better around him, and guys got to understand that. And his ability to find people and put the ball in the hoop is something we need. We have times where we struggle to score, and again, to watch him get wherever he wanted and then to go at Terry and get him some baskets is probably the two guys we're going to need, especially without Tyrell in. We're going to need those guys to put points on the board for us.
And just touching on Terry, there was a timeout, I think it was early in the third quarter, where you challenged him and said that we didn't want from you, and he responded. He came out and had a really impressive third quarter, which was good to see, but ideally you'd probably like to not have to light that fire under him.
Yeah, no, I had a chat. I actually had a chat to him last night and told him, you're an import in this league. You need to get up, 15, 20 shots, man. Again, not in a forcing way. I'll run stuff for you. But when I'm running stuff for you, you got to score. And we ran some stuff for him, and he was putting the ball in the hole. The ones that bother me is when he settles for, fadeaways, and wasn't nobody stopping him from getting to the rim. Continue to go to the rim until they stop you. You know what I mean? Don't settle for other shots that, again, it's not stuff you don't work on, but don't settle for those kind of shots when you can get to the rim anytime you want.
What about that last possession? To me, it looked like that's a great look for Tory to take, because he's probably your best three-point shooter. And in an ideal world, shouldn't he be taking that shot?
Yeah, no, we had a set to run, and they kind of backed off of it with Maldonado on the back cut, but they played it. So the thing is, Maldonado's got to come get it. Again, some we haven't gone over a lot, but if he comes get the ball, we still get the hammer screen for Dukas in the corner, and it just kind of broke down. And Tory got up and jumped in the air and seen what's the name flying at him. Then he kicked it to Terry. So I would have loved for him to shot it. And he's a confident shooter. But yeah, it's our breakdown on that play. That's all.
And now all of a sudden you play the first game in Perth this week as well on Thursday night. That's a short turnaround. And last time you played Sydney wasn't great. So yeah, you'll be hoping for a much better performance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just worrying about the next game, so we preparing for the next game. I think I'm not gonna say we have in our favor, but not having some of their main guys, they came up the floor on us, and we struggle with it. Again, having Maldonado in, I think that he's gonna help us with that, and them not having Cooks and Bull and probably Delhi, it could be a different story for us. So we just got to come in and have the same mentality. But again, got to put the ball in the hole. They're the best defensive team in the league, and it's pretty obvious what they do. But we can't get sped up. Penetration, kickouts, and got to hit shots. It's the one thing. I watched them against New Zealand, and New Zealand couldn't knock down threes. Man, you got to hit shots against Sydney. If you can hit shots against Sydney, I think it changes some things.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you in Perth.
Yep. All good.